in the work, if you're a practitioner, if you're continually working on yourself, if you're continually working on your game, you're always going to be ready for that opportunity, and then you'll be able to trust the work that you've put in when that shows up and be able to step into the light. I met Matt Thomas when he was a sixth grader, when he came to one of our Wisconsin Playmakers tryouts. And even at that age, I could tell that Matt was he was different. He was completely locked in, even at 12 years old. And you just knew that if that kid kept that mindset and then he kept putting in the work in, that he would have an opportunity to be special. And when I say special, I don't mean being NBA All-Star. I don't mean make tons of money playing in the NBA. I mean that he had a chance to take what he was born with and maximize his potential to his fullest ability. And he has just put in the work over and over and over and over again, year after year. He is like the definition of focusing on the process. One thing that people don't know about Matt is when he was in high school, he was a good shooter, but he wasn't a great shooter. He wasn't an elite shooter. He was more of a scorer. And he continually worked and worked and worked and worked to become a better shooter, to refine his shot. One thing that he did before his senior year even. Most guys get to be in high school and they don't want to mess with their shot or do anything. When Matt got to be after his junior year, he refined his shot by getting his thumb off the basketball, so he'd get better rotation and more consistency on his shot. He continually worked and just kept trusting the process of getting better. And it hasn't always, what people don't, a lot of people don't see behind the scenes is that this path is not like a straight line path to making it. There's so many bumps in the road, and it's the people that keep going and just keep trusting the process in the long run, when they have that patience to keep putting in the work, things are going to show up for them. When Matt was a sophomore in college, or sophomore in high school, his dream school was Duke. He really wanted to go to Duke, and was at an NY to LA tournament, watching him play. One of my friends was really close with Wojo, who was assistant coach at Duke at the time. And so I texted him and said, hey, can you get Wojo to go over and watch Matt? I think he would be a great fit at Duke. And he got over to watch Matt. Matt had been playing awesome, like the first 2 or 3 games of the tournament. And Wojo showed up at the game, and I was getting all excited for Matt to have this opportunity to play in front of somebody that could, maybe start recruiting him and give him an offer to play at his dream school. And Wojo went over to watch Matt play, and the first 10 minutes, Matt probably played the worst basketball I've ever seen him play in my life. And I felt awful for him. But, the point of this story is, that number one, you always got to be prepared for your opportunities. You never know who is watching. You absolutely never know. But the other part is to keep trusting the process. Matt didn't go to Duke. He didn't have a great career at Iowa State. He had a really good career, but not a great one. But he kept putting in the work and trusting in himself and trusting in the work, so that when he could get another opportunity, he would be able to take advantage of it. And even his first few games with LA in the Summer League didn't go great, but he kept trusting the work that he's put in. He kept trusting the process, and he basically did every single thing that he possibly could have done to put himself in a position to get some D-League offers, or get some training camp invites for next season after hitting 14 out of 18 threes in last 3 games of Summer League. And he's not going to get there without continually putting in the work, trusting the process over and over and over again. And the only way that you are able to fall in love with the process, fall in love with the work, is to love what you do. You have to. You're not gonna put in the work if it's something that you don't love. And that gave Matt the opportunity to pursue something that he's been dreaming about since a kid, because he kept trusting the work and putting it in over and over again. And it just shows that you never know when your opportunities are going to come, and you never know what opportunities they might be. And if you're putting in the work, if you're a practitioner, if you're continually working on yourself, if you're continually working on your game, you're always going to be ready for that opportunity, and then you'll be able to trust the work that you've put in when that shows up, and be able to step into the light and try to make something happen. We sincerely appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch the show. If you found some value in it and would share it with anybody that you think might find some value in it as well, we would greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have an amazing week. Get after it.